So my nana, who's on my mum's side, yeah, basically like the only grandparent that I had a relationship with, because everyone else passed away when I was young. And she raised my brother and I, basically, or helped to raise my brother and I. So even though she lived separately, like we didn't live in the same house, like some ethnic families will, she was around there like pretty much every day. Because my mum worked night shift, my dad worked in construction, he's a builder, so he was basically doing sun up till sundown work. Mum was working night shift, so they were like two, this is when I was very young, right? Zero to 8 years old. And then, so she'd be like in the house during the day when we were kids, but asleep. Nana would basically mind us during the day. Yeah.
It's like a family.
Yeah. So that's why like I can relate to Asian family dynamics, because like we basically had that. And my grandmother, my dad's mum, did a little bit of like looking after us and minding us as well. I think she was less interested in it, but yeah, she did like a little bit of that too.
Just not as frequent?
Yeah, not as frequent. I think she was less interested in looking after kids, basically. But like my nana mum's mum was like the, proper Catholic grandma. Yeah, like my dad's mum was British, so less involved in the children, less nurturing. Whereas my nana was like she's an Egyptian woman, Catholic Egyptian woman, and so it was very much like
that. Nana that spoils you.
Yeah, well, none of it spoiled me, but more so like just if you think of like Middle Eastern cultural family values, it's like very, very close. That's what she was. So she'd like take us to the park, take us to church, we'd go to mass, which was boring as hell, but my brother and I got to walk down the shops with her and she'd get us a treat and, buy us something sugary, that kind of standard nana stuff, right? Yeah, quality time. I mean, look, she did call me her favorite. That's,
Of course.
Out of all, 20 or 30 grandkids.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wait, how many siblings did your mom have?
Mum was one of 5, and most of her siblings had 5. Proper Catholic families. Yeah, Mum's had 4. Yeah, proper Catholic, no condoms. Have you seen that Monty Python film, Every Sperm is Sacred? Have you seen that skit? No, before your time.
Or burn yourself.
Well, Monty Python were before my time. It was just that my parents had a particularly dark form of humor, and they shared that with us.
So your nana lived close to your family, and did she cook for y'all like all the time?
She wasn't working while I was alive, so I think all she did was fucking sewing, knitting, and cooking.
The dream.
Yeah, so she'd just cook shit at home and bring it around for the family, basically.
That's nice.
Yeah, so we had heaps of cooked food from Nana. Yeah, then, she'd just take us to the park and watch us play. She'd just sit there and, she'd have a knitting or, I don't know, whatever else.
There weren't phones before.
No fucking Instagram.
What was your favorite dish that you made?
The kebab is pretty good. And my family makes amazing hummus. Like, they've all got their different flavor, like Mum, Dad, and Nana. But, yeah, they all made pretty bloody amazing hummus.
Do you know how to make amazing hummus?
Of course. Oh. I don't make it myself, but... Well, I know how to get the flavor profile right. It's not hard to get some chickpeas and whiz them up and add some tahini. That's pretty easy. But it's a perfect combination of salt, olive oil, and a little bit of cumin. Tiny bit of paprika and a bit of cumin on top. It's just getting that combination right. That's the thing you got to do. And if you want to be really, really, really like artsy about it, you can soak the chickpeas yourself. But to be honest, if you get the spices right, you can use the canned chickpeas and it's fine.
Do you miss her?
When she died, I don't know. It was just like
How old were you?
mid-20s, I guess.
Oh, wow.
didn't affect me heaps. Like some people really, really have a strong connection to family ancestors. I think because I'd experienced so much displacement from my parental figures, grandparents were like another step removed. So I'd built the emotional fortitude of self-reliance so much that it was like, oh, that's an old person that died. It wasn't like a part of me died. Well, that, you know, maybe I missed out on it a bit, but I miss and appreciate the values that she held.
Yeah.
And
That made you food, I imagine?
yeah, sure. That's nice. But I think like what she represented was a matriarch of the family. And, you know, she was certainly like a central figure. Not that she was like running the ship or instructing things, but I think just the reverence that everyone in the family held for her. Now, it's funny that like one of the Andrew Tate videos that goes around a lot is where he's talking about how dumb it is for women to be boss babes, because he's basically saying like, if you want to be a boss babe and stay single, basically you're a dumbass. Because, you know, when he looked at his grandmother, he was at a birthday party, he looked at his grandma and there were like 70 humans in the room, all of them who came from one grandma, right? And he was like, that was her, no one gave a shit about what her job was. No one gave a shit about her fucking boss babe days. They cared about, you know, what kind of nurturer she was. And he's, you know, is not necessarily making a point. What people think is like, oh, that means I have to be a woman and I have to stay in my lane. What he's actually saying is his appreciating the value of family, and is appreciating the value of nurturing, and is appreciating the value of elders mentoring and you know, prioritizing spending time with their young. Yeah, anyway, but like that's the kind of energy that I think of with my nana. It's like she was just there. None of us gave a shit. I don't even know what she fucking did for work. Why would I know? She was just my nana. Like she was just nana there with the family.
You don't really think of those things, right?
No. I don't fucking care what she did in her 20s. Anyway, but yeah, this was lovely. And, you know, big move. Came to Australia with nothing, made a life, joined the Australian way of life, joined the Australian culture, assimilated. Husband left her.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Pretty big for the 70s or the 80s or whatever it was.
Wow, she had 5 kids.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, divorce runs in our family. Multi-generational family wounds.
And you already had your first one.
I know. I got it out the way, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.